We are Movie Menu Reviews. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? On today's episode, we'll be reviewing Skyscraper. Welcome, ladies and gents. I'm Dan the Man Munoz, host of Movie Menu Reviews, your weekly movie news and reviews podcast, live on Facebook on episode 195. Woo! Joining me today, he's back. Where in the world is Rigo Espinoza is back. Our special correspondent is here, making his summer debut with us. Welcome back, Rigo.
Thank you very much, Daniel. I'm glad to and very happy to be here today with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
As you can see, Z's not here, but is it a coincidence that when Rigo's here, Z's never here? It's like when Z's here, Rigo isn't here? I'm just saying, maybe they're the same person.
I'm starting to feel like I owe Z money.
It's like Fight Club. When Z goes to sleep, Rigo wakes up and sells soap.
Also joining us today is my co-host, Mike Stan.
Hey! I'm here.
Michael.
Yes.
Not only is he my special co-host, he is my host now because I'm passing the hosting duties over to you, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Me and Rigo did see Skyscraper.
Yes.
We are not going to do any movie news. We're just going straight to the review.
Yes.
So take it away, Mike.
All right. So the movie we're reviewing today is Skyscraper, written and directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber. Here's the plot. A father goes to great lengths to save his family from a burning skyscraper. The movie stars Dwayne Johnson, Neve Campbell, and Chin Han. Now, depending on your review, I will decide if this movie's worth a dine-in, watch it in theaters, take out, wait and watch it at home, or leftovers, jump off a crane. And that's it. Just jump off a crane. You don't know where you're going to land. You can land on a car. If you're lucky, maybe...
To the abyss.
To the abyss.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Or you might get saved by your prosthetic leg. I don't know.
And whoever earns the most points at the end of the season will get a segment. So Rigo, as our special correspondent, you are disqualified from getting anything.
It's okay. I give away my points anyways every time.
Which we enjoy.
Yeah, thanks for giving us the burden.
Yeah.
Salut, Rigo.
Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry.
How dare you? You're off the show.
Sorry.
No sneezing. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. So, all right. Rate this movie. We will start with Rigo.
Okay. I'm going to give it a takeout.
Yeah, it sounded like you were going to say dine-in.
I was because I was mistaken. Like I thought dine-in was takeout.
It's been that long, Rigo?
Yeah, it has actually.
Dan,
not long enough.
Oh my goodness gracious.
What do you rate it, Dan?
I was going to go with takeout as well, which it is a takeout, but if you're a fan of The Rock or if you're a fan of these action blockbuster films, it's a dine-in.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I'm not any of those, but...
Oh, wait, well, so what do you decide?
Yeah, so what is your opinion? Like, are you dine-in or takeout?
I'll go with dine-in.
Wow, okay. Dan's committed to dine-in.
Okay.
My main experience was because there in the movie theater while I was watching it, there was a lady next to me, and every time, like in the trailer, you see The Rock jump in from the crane to the skyscraper.
So he does it like a bunch of times in the movie?
No, he only does it once.
Okay. No, but you see it in the trailer, so it's not like that's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
But the lady was just like, "Oh my god!" It's like it was really funny to see her reaction to the movie. I feel like if you like those type of movies and if you like The Rock, you will enjoy this movie. So it's theaters.
It's a dine-in, but you have to see it with an old lady.
Yeah, basically.
With a room full of old ladies. Just like I saw Book Club with a room full of old ladies.
Yeah, you go to Senior Citizen Center.
What do you have against old ladies, Rigo?
I don't have
Why
anything
do you have against old ladies?
You hear them laugh during Book Club. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I got to check it out. If you guys can set up a more detailed plot of this version. IMDb is pretty skimpy as far as what The trailer is giving more than what IMDb says.
Basically, The Rock, he's like a security specialist, and he gets hired to, because they want to insure the Pearl, which is the name of the building. So he gets
Skyscraper.
It's the same thing.
The name of the movie is Skyscraper.
Should the movie
get the name of
it should have just been called The Building.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Should it be called Building? The Building. Would it be as exciting if it was Building? Okay. Anyways, keep going, Rigo.
But yeah. So he gets hired to consult the insurance company and verify that the building is secured to be insured. So as he's
spoilers.
They're going through the process. Things happen.
Things happen.
Yes.
Things go awry.
As we see in the trailer, it's a burning building and people are trapped.
Well, it is burning, but the burning is only some of the things that happen. Like there's other stuff that's the main point of it, which is the building burning. But
that's like the dilemma. But to get there, there's setups to get to that spot.
Got it. Okay. All right. Are there any setups that you can talk about that wouldn't?
Well, yeah, he's like he was special forces before he became a security consultant. Which, can we even talk about that, Dan, or should we not talk about that?
We shouldn't talk about that.
Okay. Well, he was special forces, and something happened, which led to him to become a security consultant. As we know from the trailer, he does have a prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
So
do you get? I'm sorry to interrupt, but do you get to see how he gets his prosthetic leg?
Yes.
Oh, you do.
Yes.
Okay,
that's like the
cool.
first 15 minutes of the movie. So I did like that they did acknowledge that and just not throw you right in there. I also acknowledge I love that they acknowledge his wife, which is played by Neve Campbell. You find out a little bit about her background and what she specializes in as well. So that was pretty cool for me.
Is that a spoiler to talk about what she specializes in?
No.
She was military too.
Oh,
she was a nurse. But she had a combat training, which does go into effect in the movie.
Which is there was an interview I was listening to the director of this film, and he was talking about how when he wrote this story, he wanted The Rock to play the part, but he also wanted the wife to also be a kick-ass woman and someone who was not going to be just waiting for her husband to save the day, but was going to also contribute to saving, which I thought was really cool because both of them are like team players, and they were both pretty badass.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So it's an action star. So it's a couple.
You see,
it's more of a family though. Because the kids were not afraid either. They were like badass little kids. Yeah. So
it was like
I don't know.
No, they were. They were like when they were told to do things, they did them.
It was like Home Alone style.
No,
like
not
they're
like
that. swinging paint cans. Yeah. No, none of that. Okay. Pushing people out windows or
no,
setting people's hair on fire, but that was already there because of. So this film, it is what you expect. Like what you get from the trailer is what you're gonna walk into this film. That's why, even though this is spoiler free, there's not much to spoil. I guess it's just going along with their journey and just seeing where they get from point A to point B. But there was some really ridiculous moments, but it could be fun. Like if you just especially disbelief, like we talked about in the trailer, we see The Rock jumping from the crane to the building.
Yeah. Which
that's not the only ridiculous moment in this movie.
Okay, there's several.
There's several jumps where you're just like, no, like
there's like several things that happen that it's just like even like the setup in the Pearl. So you get like in the beginning of the movie, you get the tour of the Pearl and you see what happens, and they show what is inside the Pearl, which I'm not going to say what it is, but you're like, okay, that's going to come back later on.
Okay.
So the movie is predictable, it's ridiculous, but it could be a lot of fun.
Okay, predictable, ridiculous, but a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
That's the perfect combination for a summer movie, I guess.
Yeah, it's a mindless popcorn film that you just eat.
All right. What other ridiculous scenes could you talk about?
So. This isn't a spoiler or anything, but you know how he jumps from the crane, right?
Yes.
Well, he doesn't take the elevator to the top.
Oh, okay.
He climbs the whole crane to like
from bottom to top.
From the bottom to top.
It's like the movie's like 5 hours.
So
he does it like in 5 minutes.
He's like the fire is on the 96th floor. There's like over 200 floors in that skyscraper, and that crane is like above.
So he's like
so he's like almost like the 100th floor.
He's like the Ninja Warrior.
More than Ninja Warrior.
He's just climbing it. He climbs the whole. And the funny thing is like because the elevator is not work or it's locked, and he's probably like halfway up, and where the cops finally come get there, and they end up taking the elevator up finally, but he still beats them.
So he's really a master crane climber,
and jumper as well.
And jumper. But the thing is, this movie also doesn't take itself seriously. It knows what it is.
Okay.
And I feel like because there are silly moments, and there are silly like even like the ridiculousness stuff. They're like, okay, it's silly at moments, but they are self-aware of how this movie is. It doesn't try to be Die Hard. It doesn't try to be serious or dramatic, or it's just action, and then there's some silly moments in there, and then there's family.
Got it. Silly moments mixed with
because
like they had like people that were on the bottom of the skyscraper, and they were cheering. Every rock's move.
So this is that's exactly what I was going to talk about. Was that so? There's news. So when the fire happens, there's news coverage on the skyscraper, and there's helicopters, and then they make it a point that the building is too hot, so they can't fly near it, which is such like a device used for the movie because save the people with the helicopters, or they can't because it's too hot. Anyways. So the news coverage is following the rock climbing up the thing, and as there's you just see the reactions to the audience because they show it on this jumbo screen as well at the bottom of the skyscraper, which is so silly. Which is I'm saying that's why it doesn't take itself too seriously. But when they cheer and laugh, it's kind of funny to watch.
Yeah, that sounds silly. So there's a huge crowd gathering at the bottom.
Yeah,
and you're one of the people in the crowd,
basically.
So what other silly antics go on that you can talk about without spoiling?
I would say I did so there is a whole reason why there's a fire in the skyscraper. Okay. There's a plot, and there's that I don't want to give away because I feel like that actually was a pretty interesting plot to it. I don't know if they gave it away in the trailer at all, but
I think they hint at it, like that it was like an inside job. It shows in the trailer. It's
it wasn't an inside job.
Oh, interesting.
That I guess we can spoil because you find that out right. It
kind of was.
Oh, you know what?
Well,
that's what they show in the trailer. It's like in the trailer it shows Dwayne Johnson like yelling at somebody like why did you do it like this, or why did you build it this way, like interrogating somebody that was involved. It's like in the trailer, and it's like, okay, well, inside job in the trailer.
Kind of an inside job. But the reason why it's pretty interesting, which I don't want to give away.
Okay, which made it seem like it was some type of revenge film. No. Okay.
I would say it's more of a heist film.
Oh yeah, actually, it's a heist.
Okay, it's a heist. It has something to do with something that needs to get robbed.
Got it. So it sounds like a combination of cheesy popcorn film / heist action. Well, what other huge action sequences are in this?
Well, the cool thing is when they go through the Pearl, just to see the building itself. There's like 5 levels of like a park or forest or greenery and stuff. That's cool. But when it catches fire, the effects of the fire it starts off silly. The effects of the fire kind of look CG'd, but throughout the film there are moments that it looks really cool. Especially when like they're running away from the fire. It looks really cool.
Are there any slow motion jumping away from explosion shots?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
No. They don't. There's no. There's explosions, but there's no slow motion.
Okay. So it sounds like it's kind of like Snowpiercer, where like I know in Snowpiercer, it's like each trailer is like a totally different environment. Like this, it sounds like each level's like each floor is a totally different.
They don't show like
they show every floor.
Yeah, it's like mainly that the bottom floor is
like malls.
It's like a mall and a zoo. Because
interesting.
The kids that are there with Dwayne's kids, they're there to go to the zoo. So that's where everything starts.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's a zoo, and then it's the rainforest, and then all you kind of focus on after that is like the 90th floor and above, because that's where everything else takes place.
Yeah. So the bottom half is the mall, zoo, like where the customers are. But because that's the only place that could be open, because they have to have insurance for the 90th floor and above, because that's the residential area. So no one could live there until it's insured, and that's why The Rock was hired, to make sure that place was safe for people to live in. And then things happen.
Got it.
Lots of things.
How was the movie? Things happen.
There was fire.
Well, it sounds interesting.
I will say this though: if they would have made this movie like in IMAX and taken advantage like Mission Impossible did when they released in IMAX for, I think it was Mission Impossible 4, when they had that big building and they just used like the whole IMAX thing, I think it would have been like a lot more awesome, because you would have like kind of felt the I don't know how to explain it, but like you would have felt the height.
Okay,
of the
I got
building
you.
itself.
Well, it would have been like The Walk. Like
yeah, there you go.
Walk in IMAX.
Yes, like The Walk. But like, I guess because in me, kind of like when I saw some of the shots, it kind of like it gave me the chills. But I was in my head, I was thinking if I were watching this in IMAX, I'd be like, more
Rigo.
More freaked out.
It was in IMAX.
It is in IMAX. Are you sure?
No, I'm just kidding.
They do also have it in 4DX. Would you have seen this in 4DX?
No.
Not at all. But I will say though, like when I saw it, my theater was packed.
Yeah.
Like literally, I went with I took my mom to see it, and we could not sit next to each other because the theater was that packed.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did your mom enjoy it?
She did. She thought it was over the top too. But it's a nice way to beat the heat as well.
Yeah. Hang out, get some AC for 2.5 hours. That sounds great. What other scenes in it, or what parts of this film did you not like? Anything that stood out to you where you're like, eh?
I kind of didn't like the villain.
I was about to say that
he was kind of weak sauce.
Yeah,
he wasn't like
he had his moments of being pretty cool, but it was underutilized because the main focus was The Rock. So you don't see the villain as often, only like moments here and there, and then he's spoke about, but the device is The Rock. That's who you follow.
So it sounds like the real villain is like the fire and the skyscraper, or these other obstacles that are happening as he's trying to save his family, and not necessarily people.
No, it's both.
It's both. Okay. It's both. All right.
We just don't want to give away who the villain is.
Okay, because it's spoiler.
I mean, no, it's not like it's a reveal or anything. It's really not. It's just because the person is the villain. Like that's who they introduced. But we don't want to talk about how the villain.
Like he did have the look though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a big jacked up guy. So I thought, oh man, we're gonna have like this big old super fight at the end or something.
No, nothing.
Not to what I wanted.
It was you were expecting a suplex,
dude. I was expecting like how would you put it, like Wolverine and Juggernaut, where they were just like throwing each other through walls and stuff like that. But no, it wasn't anything like that. It was something different, and it has to do with the pearl. So
so it was like an anticlimactic final battle.
Not anticlimactic, just different.
Okay, interesting.
Not hands to hands as one would have.
Yes, like there was not a lot of hand to hand combat. Like I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, all right. Anything else you guys want to add?
I really liked how like they made Neve Campbell not useless in this film.
Yeah,
like I thought that was really smart and really great. Throughout the whole film, she is very important in the film as well, just as much as The Rock is.
She's The Rock's rock.
Yeah.
No, and I mean that seriously. Like she's the one that motivates him and pushes him the whole time. So
not just a damsel in distress.
No.
Okay, that's interesting.
There is a moment though. I'm not gonna say what, but it was a moment with Neve Campbell that I thought was really ridiculous. And
is it a spoiler if you?
It is. It's an action moment, but it's like when she's walking. I was just talking about the bridge part. I'm not going to talk about it, but that was pretty silly.
Yeah.
Very, very silly.
What's so silly? Can you talk about why it's so silly?
Yeah, I guess. So there's a bridge breaks because of fire, and they get a plank, like a piece of wood.
Okay.
And because the sun is on one side and she's on another, her and the rock on the same side. So instead of the boy walking across, she ends up walking across the bridge and then puts him on her back and comes back.
Okay.
All while wearing heels as well. So.
Okay, it's kind of like a
Jurassic Park syndrome.
Yeah, but the fact is, like, why didn't the boy just come across? He's so little.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, it was silly writing.
Okay,
but it was okay.
All right, I think I've heard enough. I'm gonna. I'm gonna go with a. I think if you want to beat the heat and you want to watch a simple dumb popcorn film, do see it and dine in. Otherwise, this sounds like a takeout. So
which one are you giving it?
I'm giving it a takeout.
Okay.
Boo. We do have a comment.
Yes.
Shanagiri wrote, "The Rock is cooking a lot of movies nowadays."
Yeah, he is.
He just came out with Rampage.
I'm sorry. That's what I was gonna say too. It felt to me like this was one of his in-between movies. Like,
okay,
like he was making like Jumanji and whatever next movie is like after, and this was just like, oh, I'm just gonna make this movie to make a couple bucks.
Well, yeah, they are in the works.
Oh, I should also mention though. I mean, though, I don't know if this. I liked how he utilized his being an amputee.
Okay.
I should say. Though I don't know if it would have been better to have cast an actual person who was amputee. But I liked he walked and it was part of the story as well.
Okay.
So it didn't shy away from it. They made it front and center that just because you are amputee, you can still do a lot of things. Yeah.
I did read somewhere that he based his character off of an amputee that climbed, I think it was like Mount Everest or something like that. And then, I know he is in the works for Jumanji 2 and Big Trouble in Little China as well.
And Jungle Cruise.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, so we'll go with a takeout. It sounds like you can just enjoy this at home.
Unless it was an IMAX, then I would say go watch it IMAX, but it's not.
Unless you got an old lady with you, then go see it in theaters, according to Dad. Now, not just a random.
Stop being creepy, Mike.
So go in the theater, check if there's old ladies in the theater. If there are, then
stay.
Go and
if not, go get a refund.
Yeah, if not, get a refund. Yeah, just say, excuse me, there's not enough old ladies in my theater. I would like a refund. And just tell them that, and and hope they give you your money back. Oh, one thing I gotta mention too is so that whole thing with Movie Pass, it's now going through. So I thought it was gonna be $2, but now they're charging like around $5. That's I don't know. I'm either gonna do the yearly subscription of Movie Pass, or I may jump to AMC. So. Just throwing it out there. I'm going to go ahead and toss the hosting duties back over to you, Dan, whenever you're ready.
I'm just trying to see if it's an IMAX or not.
Oh, okay.
It's not an IMAX. Trust me, I checked.
It is in 4DX, Dan. You want to see it in 4DX?
No, I would not want
to
see it.
IMAX.
Really?
No. All right. Thank you, Mike, for hosting this episode of Skyscraper. Thank you, our special correspondent, Rigo.
Yay.
I'm Dan the Man.
Thank you, Dan.
Stop being creepy. Rigo, is there anything you want to plug?
Actually,
no.
No, actually, maybe by the time I come back next season, like I was thinking.
Wait. You think you're coming back next season?
I said maybe. Wait, am I coming back next season? I didn't come back this season because Dan said there was an email or something.
Yeah, you don't check your email, Rigo. That would help. That would help a lot.
Email.
No, but next season we're gonna have a couple of film screenings where I work. So I don't know if you guys want to partner up with us about that. But once I get more details and what movies we'll be showing, maybe you got everybody from Movie Menu, the audience would be invited and would want to come out and just watch a cool flick or something.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, sure. You can come back next season then.
Okay.
Sounds like you're okay for now.
We'll wait to see what movies you guys see.
Yeah. We're on the fence. Thank you, Rigo.
Thank you guys for having me.
And make sure to check out moviemenupodcast.com. Follow us on social media. You can follow us on our website. You can go ahead and check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Also, subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, or wherever you find your podcasts. Comment, share, like, tell everyone about us if you like our reviews. Thank you guys. I'm Dan the Man. Until next time, I say goodbye.
2, 3, 4. That was a great show, guys.